Hi everyone, this is Teacher Tess. Welcome to another session of English Interview for Stewardesses. Today's questions are related to safety. In this part, I'm going to give you some situations and you need to think what would be what would you do to that certain situations. Let's start now. The question here is, if a passenger smokes on the airplane, how would you handle him? Again, if a passenger smokes on the airplane, how would you handle him? So if you saw a passenger smoking inside the aircraft, so how would you handle that passenger? Let's read the sample answers. I would tell the passenger that he has to immediately put the cigarette out and that it's strictly forbidden to smoke on any airplane for safety. I would be polite about the situation, but make sure that the passenger knows it is serious. Well, she said that she's going to tell the passenger to put the cigarette out, and she's going to explain that it is really forbidden to smoke on any airplane. This is for safety purposes. She would be polite about the situation, but make sure that the passenger knows it is serious. Here, I would tell the passenger that smoking is prohibited for safety purposes and ask him to put out his cigarette. I know I should be extremely cautious, but also considerate. I would tell him that smoking isn't allowed in the aircraft. This is for safety purposes. I would ask him to stop smoking and tell him to put it out. Now, student, well, I guess you already have an idea on how to answer this question. This time, please copy the question, then the sample answers. Then try to answer this question using your own words. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question here is, you have asked a passenger to fasten his seatbelt several times, but he hasn't done so. How would you solve this problem? Again, you have asked a passenger to fasten his seatbelt several times, but he hasn't done so. How would you solve this problem? I would be as polite as possible, but would explain to passenger that it is part of flight regulation to have seatbelts fastened at all times when the seatbelt light is on. If he continued to keep the seatbelt off, I would have to inform security on the ground and there would be repercussion after the flight. Next here is, I would explain to him the reason why seatbelt should be fastened. It is really better to explain first about the function of the seatbelt. Through this, the passenger will know the importance of the safety belt. Well, student, what about you? What would you do? Well, please copy the question now and then the sample answers. Then try to answer this question using your own words. The next question here is, if there is a bomb threat, how would you feel? How would you handle yourself? Oh, when we say bomb threat, it's like the plane is on the air or it's flying, okay? Then someone said, oh, there is a bomb here, okay? So that is a bomb threat. Let's read the sample answer. If there were a bomb threat on my flight, of course I would be scared, but I would have to handle myself with strength because I would not want to worry my passengers. I would make sure that everyone stayed calm, and I would do whatever I could do to make them comfortable until we landed. Well, she said that of course she would be scared, but she has to handle herself with strength because she would not want to worry her passengers. Well, student, what about you? How would you handle yourself if there is a bomb threat? Now, please copy the question and the sample answers. Then try to answer this question using your own words. Thank you so much for being with me. Please remember that you don't need to memorize your answer. Just keep on answering the question, okay? Or just keep on practicing, okay? Answering the question, and I know you will do good in your job interview. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.